push just to start the game yesterday.
Since moving from New York to San Francisco in 1957, the Giants have not won a series against the Yankees at this Yankee Stadium or the old Yankee Stadium, but a chance to do that today with Jordan Hicks taking the mound against the reigning American League champs and Paul Goldschmidt, their new first baseman this year, trying to get the bats going again. We're glad you're with us. With Tom Verducci, I'm Connor Onion. The Giants, the Yankees, they've given us so many memories over the years, but never a Giants win in the regular season in the Bronx.
Well, you know, going back more than 100 years, they actually played in the same ballpark, the Polo Grounds. Giants made themselves at home last night in some terrible weather, played a really fundamental, sound game.
Yeah, Jung-Hoo Lee got him started, a 9-1 win in 6 innings to keep the Giants hot. 10-3 start, their best since '03.
Yeah, listen, the manager, Bob Melvin, talked to this team about in spring training. We're going to be about pitching, defense, situational hitting, and base running. They've worked this plan to a T. Everything is clicking right now, and don't forget about that Giants bullpen, one of the best in baseball.
Shut down 5 arms deep in that bullpen right now. For the Yankees, the last time they were in this ballpark on that opening homestand, torpedo bats were the talk of baseball. They scored 20 runs in a game. They cooled off on that last road trip.
It's funny, Connor. I haven't heard much about torpedo bats this week. Listen, they've gone cold, and literally so. They had some rough weather in Detroit again last night. They've run into some good pitching. I think this offense is going to be fine, but they have to make sure that they get people around on base around Aaron Judge, because the Giants showed last night, base is empty. They will just not challenge him.
Ben Rice, Paul Goldschmidt, a couple of candidates to do that around Judge as they try to kickstart that offense once again around the reigning American League most valuable player. First pitch of game 2, the Giants and the Yankees is coming up from the Bronx. Well, the wind blowing in just like it was in game 1 last night. The mist is still here, but should be good enough to get first pitch underway after just 6 innings last night. Let's take a look at the Giants batting order. They've scored 8 runs and 9 runs in back-to-back games, moving Mike Yastrzemski up to the leadoff spot last night behind Willie Adames, Jung-Hoo Lee leading Major League Baseball in doubles, with Matt Chapman, Elio Ramos, Lamont Wade, with Wilmer Flores, their home run leader, followed by Sam Huff, who's in for Patrick Bailey at catcher, and Tyler Fitzgerald closes out the starting 9 for Bob Melvin. Bob Melvin today for the Giants. And the keys to this game and the wet conditions for you, Tom, are what?
I always think of the Yankees. I think of Aaron Judge, right? Watching the game last night, the Giants threw him only 6 out of 20 pitches in the strike zone. So they need to get people on base in front of Aaron Judge. And for the Giants, they have a really good bullpen, and they can allow Jordan Hicks to go out there, and as he does, just throw 98, 99-mile-an-hour sinkers as hard as he can, because he's got a lot of arms in the bullpen to cover up, say, 5 innings.
You wonder how much the weather will impact the pitching today, too. It's going to be hard to spin a baseball in these conditions.
Yeah, we saw that last night, right? I think a guy like Hicks with the sinker is probably better off than a guy like Warren, whose game is mostly dependent on spinning the baseball.
He'll be out there first against Bob Melvin's offense. The former New York Yankee for a time, just a brief stint late in his career. Played 9 games for the Yankees, and the consistency of this lineup has been a big thing for him. They did make the one change in the leadoff spot last night, but it's mostly been the same 9 guys on this 10-3 start.
And even the 26-man roster has been the same roster. This is a change from what we've seen the Giants the last few years, but I think the way that Buster Posey wants to run these Giants is to rely on stability. Bob Melvin is definitely on board with that, whether that's lineup or just the roster construction.
And for the Yankees, they went on the cold trip to Pittsburgh and Detroit. They had the ski caps on most of that trip in Detroit, and came back home, and it wasn't much different. The high 30s last night and 40 degrees at first pitch today as Will Warren gets set to take the mound for the 2nd time this year at Yankee Stadium.
Interesting. Aaron Boone, Yankees manager, said last night was the worst conditions he could ever remember. He has seen a lot of baseball.
Bob Melvin had one example that was maybe a little bit worse. The NLCS, actually.
In Colorado, a postseason game.
Well, Will Warren, his big slider, that's the money pitch for him, and we'll see how he spins it today in the wet conditions.
Yeah, I mean, it's an out pitch. There's no question about it. He also has a really good 4-seam fastball. You see the sweeper at the top there. Only Dustin May, among Major League starters, can spin that sweeper at higher RPMs than Will Warren. It's a tough pitch for any right or left-handed batter. But you'll get some swing and misses off the 4-seam fastball with Will Warren. And I think with the left-handed batters, he's going to have to mix in that changeup probably a little more.
First time through the lineup, he has been very, very good. It's how deep can he get? A 2nd time through the lineup today, as Jason Dominguez is back in there in left with Cody Bellinger, the 2019 Gold Glove winner, in center. Aaron Judge in right, and with that platoon at third base, righty on the mound, Oswaldo Cabrera gets the start at third base. Anthony Volpe, Jazz Chisholm, and Paul Goldschmidt, the 4-time Gold Glover, at first base, and Austin Wells, who wrestled that starting job away at catcher from Jose Trevino last year, is in there catching for Will Warren in this game, too. It was first pitch ambush for Mike Yastrzemski yesterday, and 5 runs later, San Francisco had chased Marcus Stroman from the game after only getting 2 outs in game 1.
He's been hot, too. He's been on base 11 of his last 20 plate appearances.
All masked up, Aaron Boone ready to go in drenched conditions today in the Bronx, and off we go with strike 1 from Will Warren, and the fastball in there to Yastrzemski. So Warren in his start against Arizona here at Yankee Stadium, last homestand, and then against Pittsburgh, perfect through 8 batters, walked the 9 batter, and then got himself into a couple of multi-run innings and some trouble after that.
Yeah, you see the numbers. First time through the lineup, he's been lights out. After that, he's had some difficulties. He's also had some difficulties getting ahead. He's here 0-2, and he's actually walked too many batters after getting ahead 0-2. On pitches like that, Aaron Boone was talking to us about, you need to be more competitive. Just because you're 0-2 or don't want to throw a strike, at least make a swing decision on the batter's part.
Ryan Addington has the balls and strikes, part of the umpire quartet today. And that's outside again, his first changeup. And Yastrzemski back in it at 2-2.
Yeah, neither one of those pitches is really going to get you a chase swing. Just a ball out of the hand. Needs a little bit closer to the zone.
After going up 0-2, the break-even pitch from Warren is downstairs. That's more like it. That's what Aaron Boone wants to see, even though he doesn't get the call.
Really, really good pitch. That's the sweeper. One of the fastest spinning sweepers in the game.
So full count to the game's opening batter. And Yastrzemski takes it for a called strike 3. Back-to-back breaking balls get him for the first out of the day.
It's a great indication of how much he believes in that pitch, and why not? Went right back to it at full count, needing to throw a strike to the leadoff hitter. Delivered perfect spot.
So 1 up, 1 down for Warren in his third start. Here's Willie Adames, who goes first pitch hunting, and a bouncer out to Jazz Chisholm, who makes the routine play. And 2 up and 2 down in the top of the Giants' first. So that's a big key for Warren also. Not only getting into trouble second time through, but those deep counts. He's pitch counted his way out of these starts his first 2 times out, forcing Aaron Boone to go to the bullpen. 6 pitches and a strikeout to Yastrzemski, 1 pitch and a second out. Now Jung-Hoo Lee takes a fastball above the top shelf for ball 1. The National League leader in doubles. And the Giants leader in runs and hits. A healthy Jung-Hoo Lee. A big part of this 10-3 start after missing most of last year with a shoulder injury.
He's a great contact guy. Bat to ball skills off the charts. He showed last night, though. He's got pop in that bat as well.
He smoked the ball on a night where it was almost impossible to get a ball out of here. He kept it low and on a line for a 3-run shot.
You see the way the defense is lined up. It's surprising with someone with such good bat to ball skills. It would be so overshifted on the infield.
How many times this year have we seen Jung-Hoo Lee go the opposite way?
Yeah, the Yankees are working off the data.
He did pull his home run last night. He's in a hitter's count, and it's loaded up for the second full count of this first inning. This was that screamer. 3 batters into the game. It was 3-0 Giants.
They put a really nice swing on a sinker that was not a terrible pitch. It was probably up more than Marcus wanted, but it was away.
And he draws a walk. So the first base runner against Will Warren in this game is a 2-out walk to Jung-Hoo Lee. That was fitting for Jung-Hoo Lee last night, right? He was a home run away from the cycle on Wednesday against the Reds. First at bat, he got his home run, just a game late. He is a threat to go over there. Warren will have to keep an eye on good speed of Lee, with Chapman at the plate out of the cleanup spot.
That's that fastball I'm talking about, where he gets a lot of swing and misses. You look at the radar gun, you'd say, oh, it's an average fastball, maybe below that. It's got good ride to it. Hitters tend to swing under it.
0-1 to Chapman. Struggling at the plate lately. He's on a 0 for 16 skid right now. He has taken his walks. Good control of the zone for Matt Chapman out of the 4 spot. Warren's 1-1. Is pulled to third, but right at Cabrera, who makes the lunge to retire the side in the first. 2-out walk, but that's it. The Yankees coming to the plate for the first time in the bottom half, right after this.